it's always important to take a few seconds to inspect the scales you're working on just before you try to actually take a reading from them. There are 3 basic steps to work through every time. First, just check exactly the size of the gap between the numbers you're given. In this case, we're looking at 0 here and a 10 here. So my first wee step tells me that there are 10 units, whatever they might be, between the numbers given to me. The second step is check out how many tiny gaps there are from, between one number and the next number. In this case, I've got 10 tiny gaps. Then we decide, well, what would one tiny gap be worth? Okay, if 10 gaps are worth 10 units, then one gap must be worth 1 unit. And I would recommend that you actually would write that down on the graph before you would start to take any readings from it. At first, this new example looks quite like the last one, but on further inspection, if we take a look at our first point, which was, remember, check out exactly how many units there are between some of the numbers given to you. So again, we've got 10 units. This time though, I'm going to do the second step and look at how many tiny little gaps there are. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiny gaps. Okay, so this time those 10 units have got to be split into 5 pieces. That's really 10 divided by 5. So 1 gap is equal to 2 units this time, which is well worth noticing. Okay, one last try. This time, take a look. For step 1, the numbers given are, for instance, 67 here and a 68 here. So that's actually just 1 centimetre for step 1. Step 2, count your tiny little gaps. Be messy if I draw it all on, but you can see 5 gaps to here and another 5 to here. So that's 10 tiny gaps. Right, so now our 1 centimetre has got to be divided into 10 little pieces. So that works out at 1/10 of a centimetre, or better still, 0.1 of a centimetre. So I can now actually take that reading. Up here you can see an arrow. And the reading is, the answer is 68 point. There's 5 up to this point here and another 0.6.7. And don't forget the units on the end. Centimetres. All done.